All right. Action. I don't even know why I do that. I'm gonna post the whole thing. What's up, everybody? It is your girl, your host, Ryan-Simone Duncan, back with another episode with Getting Straight to It, where we get straight to it. What's up? What's up, everybody? Wow, we're back. So much to say. Wow. First, I would just love to thank every single one of my fans, of my supporters, of my family, of my selected family that has been supporting me since my last video. Oh my God, guys. You have no idea how much that shit fed my soul. Like, I did expect, something, but I was just so happy. Thank you guys so much for hearing me and for listening to me and for seeing me and for relating with me. I got so many stories about other people that have been through similar things, and like you guys telling me that I give you strength just makes me even stronger, because that's what I do this shit for, I really, this is my life's work, and I'm just so happy that it's working and that I'm working and we're twerking and yes. So thank you guys so much. Yeah, ever since that episode, guys, a lot has happened in my life. Like, my spiritual awakening has just been waking up some more, and my calling is just getting even louder, and I just can't even ignore it anymore. And you can see I got my real mic here today. Yeah, for the people that are on my Audible, listen to this on Audible, I know you can hear me a little crispier, and you're welcome. So excited. But yes, now I have good news, I have bad news, and then I have good news. I'm gonna sandwich it because it makes me feel good, because I don't want to end on a bad note. But the good news is I'm liberated, I'm free. Like, ever since talking about that shit, I've just been able to talk about anything. I've been able to confront the men that have hurt me. I've been able to confront my other abusers, and I've realized that some of them are like just wonderful men. And I know that sounds crazy, but hang with me. Hang with me. Some of them are wonderful fucking men now, and I'm so happy I gave myself the chance to, one, stand up for myself, like, to straight up tell these niggas to their face, I'm like, yo, like, you did me wrong, you assaulted me, you raped me, what are we gonna do with that, right? And I just feel so powerful, guys. Like, I just feel like I've just been calling my power back one by one situation at a time. And I will say some of them didn't go great. Some of them didn't go great. Some of them got ignored. But it was just the fact that I did it. It was the fact that I wasn't scared to say and put a name to it, to what they did to me. And I am just big gangster right now, you know what I'm saying? I'm here in my onesie. Yeah, you can see me. I don't give a fuck. I'm cozy and it's cold by the water, and I'm just living in my inner child. Oh gosh. So let's get to the bad news. Kind of had to cut off my family. Yikes. Like, emotionally. Wow. I mean, yeah, that was a crazy experience. What happened with that was I posted my video, and I sent it to them. I have a family group chat, and I sent it to my immediate family, and I don't know, I was really scared too, because I just know before my family, they're not really emotionally available. They're not really big talks about our emotions sometimes, and I can understand it's just because some of them don't know how to, but a lot of it, I feel like it's just because, like, my parents more so, like, they just don't take accountability, the distance between my family didn't just start now. It was something that was a gradual thing, but I kept on trying, I kept on reaching out, and I kept on asking for help, because I needed emotional support, and I would have loved it from them, you know? But I just didn't get that. And I kind of haven't been. Not all of them, but most of them. And I just had a lot of my sister switch up on me, because one of them they were actually really in agreement about things I was saying and why I was saying it. Is this recording? Period. But then out of nowhere, I guess she's been talking to Dad or whatever, and she just started taking a side, and that threw me for a whim, because yeah, that was just crazy. But the good news after that is that I have found so much peace in leaving them niggas behind. Oops. Not sorry. Like, just emotionally, because I live with my sisters. I can't really cut them off. I live in my parents' house. Like, I'm going to see them again. It's cool. I'm not pressed, but I'm just really happy that I stood 10. But yeah, today I went no contact with my dad. Pat on the back for me. Because I put it in the group chat, right? And it just got ignored, and he just continued to send like silly memes in the chat, and I was just like, hello, is this thing on? Like, because I sent my video, and then I sent them a really sentimental song explaining how I feel, basically how I feel ignored and kind of hated by them, because they just don't listen when I have something to say about my emotions, about certain things, And I sent a message. I said, I need you guys and I love you. And it just got ignored and moved on from, like it did the last time when I, try to bring my family together to have a bigger chat. And I'm just tired. I just got really spiritually tired of putting myself on the line and putting my emotions on the line, because it's hard to do that. Especially when you already feel like you're going to get rejected, but you do it anyway just to give them that chance. But hey, whatever, I survived it. That's what's up. But yeah, I had to go no contact with my dad, because I just don't think he understands that I can't move forward with him. Like, I just can't do the fake conversations, the top layer, beat around the bush kind of thing, like, just to give a little whim about, like, what led to me, like, my final straw. This is hard to do, because I was really contemplating if I should even bring this, but I really want to talk about this, because I feel like a lot of people feel like the black sheep of their family. They feel like left out, and they feel not cared for, like their emotions, So I really want to speak for people that relate. But yeah, I understand my dad tries to communicate in the way that he can. It hurts. Like, it feels like I'm making an excuse. I don't know. But yeah, so a few days after my post, like, because I posted on Facebook, I posted on everywhere. Like, my parents stay on Facebook, baby. So I know they saw it, and they saw my message. And then, so my dad hit me up personally, and he sent me a personal message. And when I saw it, like, I really hate that, and I hate is a strong word, I don't use it, but I need to use it. I need to express this. I can't keep suppressing my negative emotions. But I hated that I let myself get my hopes up that he might have had something nice to say to me, that he might have, wanted to talk about my video or something. Because, like, I don't expect everybody to be so prepared and ready to be able to sit through a video like that, But I don't know. I think it's okay that I tried, and like, I was just at least expecting like a good job. I'm proud of you, for speaking up. I'm proud of you for continuing your podcast, Steven. I haven't been on here for a while. My dad's actually the reason the reason that I got into podcasting, because, you know, he listens to podcasts a lot, and he was listening to this really raunchy one time, and I was just like, oh my God, people be cursing and saying all this raunchy shit, like, and they get paid for it? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, bro, I could do this. He's like, yeah, you can. But I think along the lines, like, I used to send my best episodes to my dad. I used to send them to him. We used to celebrate together. We used to talk about my episodes, but I don't know when he stopped. I don't know why he stopped, but I have assumptions. There was just like an episode one time where I said it was about him and mommy, and it wasn't like in a bad way. I was just talking about how you work through the voices in your head and recognize them, and, you know, take your parents for how they are. You're like, great thing. I actually was kind of uplifting them, you know? But I'm not sure if he actually watched that episode. But I think he got very self-conscious and might have not listened at all, because after that, like, my dad would make like subtle jokes. It was like, oh yeah, I know you talk shit about me on your podcast. And I'm just like, well, first of all, nigga. Oop. Sorry, Daddy, if you're watching this, I don't know if you do. Whatever. I know you don't like to be referred to as that. I'm speaking freely. It's a word of endearment. But out of respect of you here, I guess I'll move on. But yeah, dude, I didn't like do a whole display, a whole expose of you or anything. But I really think that he did. And I think that just says a lot about how he feels about himself, maybe. And he just didn't give me a chance, I guess. But yes, I got off track. ADHD. So yes, I got a message from my dad. I got my hopes up. I was like, yes, finally, my dad is showing up for me emotionally. I'm so fucking excited. It's been years. And lo and behold, it was a meme. It was a meme. It was like, I think this was his attempt at, I hear something in the bushes. Anyway, it was his attempt at trying to talk to me again. But the meme was like, it was just like, oh, you know, I asked God for a partner in crime, but he gave me my smart ass daughter. And then he said, besties for life. That didn't eat like he thought it did. And I was just sick. I was just so sick of it. And because before then, I'm getting notice from my siblings that he's been kind of talking shit about me to them, and saying that I'm saying he's this monster, that he's a villain, and yo, what is that? Anyway, girl, I be thinking somebody trying to get me or something. Nah, it's just the water. But yeah. And and then every time my siblings are like, oh, go talk to your daughter, like, run it by her. Like, why are you calling us? But he just never does. He never brings it to me. So yeah, he's talking about bestie for life, and I'm like, Daddy, let's cut the bullshit. Can we keep it frank? So I respond, and I'm just like, besties don't ignore each other, but sure, like, go off. Have a blessed one. And then he responded very snarky back to me, and he was just like, oh, well, you forget I'm not a slave to my phone, and it's the other way around, and yada yada, buddha bop. You be blessed too. And that was just like a gut punch and like a dagger in my heart, because I'm just like, do you not see what you're doing? You know? And it's like my dad is kind of like a self-told prophecy right now. Like, at first, I didn't think my dad was the villain. I was actually very much on his side. And I thought that he was just a human being who had flaws. And like anybody. But now, I'm just like, I mean, yeah, dude, you are the villain now. You made yourself one. Because, like, I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, if I saw something like that, and I know it's out of character for my daughter to snap back like that, essentially, I would go back and see what I ignored of her, see the context of it and then come soft to her. But I guess that thought process and I was just so disappointed. So disappointed. And after that, like, my dad never really watched my stories before, but then he started to, and he's just been kind of comment and be cute. And I just had to tell him today. I was like, Daddy, we are no contact. Like, I can't do this. I can't do this fake stuff. If we're not going to talk about what I need, like, I can't do this. Like, I can't have my feelings be continuously ignored, and I can't have you trying to play messenger with my siblings to get me to talk to you. I've tried to talk to you, but you're not reciprocating. And I just feel like sometimes he wants me to chase him, but like, I'm just like, who's the adult? No, we are both adults. Debatable. Emotionally. But I'm just like, who's the parent, who's the child here, So that just hasn't been healthy for me anymore. So I just had to leave it where it's at, and I'll see him where he's at, whatever. So that didn't go well. But that's okay, because like, I've just been so honed in my spirit, and I've been so self-assured lately that I don't really need that from him anymore, And I've been finding like selective family to help me in the ways that I need now. And I've been realizing that I can do this by myself. Like, I don't need what I needed before. And yeah, ever since that, I've just been good. I mean, I've been breathing, and it's just been nice. But I just really want to talk about a really special guy, a really special man that's important to me. Because like, ultimately this episode is going to be about accountability and the importance of it, and how there's always love at the end if you just take accountability. That there can be love, and there can be forgiveness, and there can be peace on both ends, no matter, at least to me, no matter what happens or someone does to you, especially if it's in foggy circumstances. So I'm just gonna get to the point. Boom, we're gonna be talking about rape again, and I really think it's important that I speak more on this, because like, I don't think teenagers, especially not when I was growing up, had the proper upbringing of, the sex talk, and, we kind of just figured shit out by ourselves. And me personally, I was exposed to, sexual context really young, like as early as like the first grade. And that altered me a lot, but not in the way I'm about to, in the way I'm about to talk about, but just saying that, like, when you're exposed to something that you don't know about, it changes your life. So I'm gonna stop beating around the bush and just tell you what happened. When I was, so the last time I was talking about what happened to me when, I was 22. Was I 22? 20? I forget what age. It was, whatever. But now I want to talk about how I had lost my virginity. And yeah, that water just keep making it sound like somebody walking over here. Anyway, I'm blessed, I'm protected. But yes, when I was 14, that's when I had lost my virginity. So this has a good ending, guys, I promise, okay? But yeah, I was very drunk. I was very belligerent, actually. I was at a house party. And to make a very long, complicated story short, me and a boy ended up in a closet. He was also very much under the influence, but not as much as I was, I can say that. And like, I was just so out of it. Like, I didn't even know who the guy was. Like, I thought he was somebody else. And yeah, so yeah, when I lost my virginity, I was actually raped. because like you can never really give consent when you are drunk. You can't give consent when you are drunk. You can't give consent when you are like out of your conscious mind. And I only really remember what happened in the closet, but I woke up the next morning to, the whole house telling me, oh yeah, girl, you was fucking everywhere. You was in the living room, you was upstairs, downstairs, around. And I was just like, oh my God. I couldn't believe it. I was like, I don't remember that. And it was uncomfortable to hear. It was uncomfortable to think about. And I kind of just charged it to the game. And I was just like, well, that's sex culture. At least I lost my virginity. Right? Like, the thought process of a child is actually really insane. But like, just nobody told me that wasn't normal. Yo, it's getting hot. I can't hold you. I got a bandeau top on. I don't give a fuck. But nobody told me that wasn't normal. Nobody told me that that's not how it's supposed to go. And just like from my experience from my other friends, like that's kind of how theirs went too. So I was just like, okay, period. But, as I got older, I came to realize, I was like, that wasn't what I thought it was. And that brings me to the point of now, where I am now. So I was 14 then. Now I am 24, 10 years later. And I had actually hit up the man that did that to me, because this has always like kind of been on my mind. It's always been in the back of my head. And I've always wanted to bring it to him, because it just didn't feel right in the beginning to call it rape, because I was just like, I don't know, because the guy was pretty drunk too. Like, maybe he just didn't know like that this is not how this shit's supposed to go. Maybe he didn't know that this is actually assault. And I just didn't feel comfortable, because like I knew the guy, and I hung out with him afterwards. He was such a fun loving dude. Like, nigga made me laugh, like, and I needed to laugh. He was a cool guy, and he still is to this day. But yeah, fast forward to now, I come across his feed. He's married now. He has such a lovely wife. They have such an amazing relationship, and it's beautiful to see. Like, I could never hate on love. You know what I'm saying? I got a big ass heart. And I always contemplated hitting him up before. I always still followed him, but I just was never ready. I never knew what to really say. But now I was just like, I can do it. Like, I saw him, and I saw like the innocence in his eyes today, and I was just like, he feels safe to bring this to. And mind you, it was hard to even get to that point too, because like recently I just called out another guy, Gerald. Yeah, fuck boy, nigga, fuck you. Yeah, nigga. Anyway, I called out this nigga Gerald, and that's for another time. But I just wanted to name drop that just to flex on that ass. But I'll talk about that another time. This is about the man that I'm talking about. But yeah, it went completely opposite with Gerald, like of how I wanted it to. I wanted him to take accountability and just acknowledge it, because I don't got the time to. I'm not in the mood to be going to court or anything. I don't really have proof to do that. All I just wanted the nigga to take accountability and probably just say sorry to the nigga. Like, maybe he did, because I wanted to give him a learning moment. I was like, maybe you didn't know you did this to me too, right? But anyway, off topic. The man I'm talking about today that has a lovely wife, lovely relationship. I hit him up and I told him what happened, and I was like, hey, I don't know how it's come to you about this, but this happened all these years ago, and I'm comfortable with calling it what it is. You raped me when we were in high school. And I let him know that's how I lost my virginity. I let him know that, like, that kind of put, like, a really bad impression on what I thought sex was supposed to be for the rest of my life. Because all my sexual encounters following, they were assaulty or on the borderline of it as well. And I was just like, this really altered my life, and I don't appreciate that. Like, I forgive you, because, and not for you, because, you know, I didn't know you to do all that, but I forgave you for myself because this is not good on my heart anymore. And I'm glad that I did it because he responded back, and he was just like, it was the most lovely thing, guys. Like, y'all know me, I do not expect much from niggas. I do not expect much from a man, and I think we can kind of see why now with what I explained, you know, about my father emotionally. I don't expect much from men emotionally. And it's not even just my dad, like, just the men following in my life, like, they just but this guy fucking surprised the hell out of me. This guy changed my life. Like, he sent me the most sentimental and the most, like, heartwarming message, and he took full accountability. He took full accountability. He told me that I was right. Where's the cameras? Here's the cameras, bitch. He told me I was right. And I was just like, oh my God, I didn't plan this far, y'all. I didn't plan this far. I didn't think I was gonna get this far. I can't even hold you. And he just gave me, like, his sincere condolences, and, like, I can feel it through his message. Like, the love was coming through the screen, and he was just sharing with me, you know, how he's changed as a man and how he's really faced his shadows throughout the years. Like, he had a bad depression, and he faced himself, and he realized, and because I really didn't think this man took a second thought after this shit happened, but he told me that he's thought about it ever since it's happened. And he even admitted that he was cowardly to bring it to me because he always wanted to apologize properly, but he just couldn't. And I'm just like, wow. He took accountability, and we exchanged some voice messages, and, like, before all of this, like, he already did the work without even talking to me. He already did the work to give back. Like, this man became a sexual assault advocate. He's been standing up for people that, you know, these things have happened to, because, like, honestly, like, the base that we were in, Kinnick High School was so fucked up. Yokosuka, Japan, Kinnick High School was so fucked. We were all baby alcoholics. We like, our parents were gone for a lot of the time, so all we did was party. We was just getting away with what the fuck we could because there was no adult supervision. The adults failed us. bad. Y'all failed us. And we was just getting into a lot of shit we ain't had no knowledge of, and I knew that too. Like, I felt in my heart of hearts that, you know, this guy just probably didn't understand that this is what that was, because a lot of guys don't, and it's sick. And he even recognized that it was sick, and he apologized. He took accountability, and that saved me, guys. Like I said, that was my very first like sexual encounter for real. And his single apology, it felt like an apology for all of them. Like my heart started flying. Like, I was just so giddy and happy, and I'm just so happy that he had his wife by his side to help him heal through this and to hold him through this, because that is not an easy thing to do, to take accountability to something like that. It's hard. It's and I just give him all the kudos, bro. But yeah, he even sent me flowers. He sent me flowers and this really sweet note to, you know, enjoy my youth, because we're both kind of like reliving our childhoods now and with our partners, and I'm just so happy. I'm keeping that note forever. And I'm keeping those flowers forever. I'm framing them, because that man changed my life, and then he changed it again, but he healed it. He healed my life. I mean, obviously I did the steps to get there, but I'm just so happy. And this is just kind of a video for him too. Like, thank you. Sincerely, dude. Like, we already chatted, but I just had to share it with the people. But yeah, this is your chance. Like, stand up for yourself. Face the people that have abused you, even if it's your parents. Fuck everybody and get your peace back today.